Welcome to our channel. This video is part of a series based on the CITB book called Health, Safety and Environment Test for Operatives and Specialists. We guarantee that watching these videos is all you need to do to prepare for your final test. In each video, we will briefly cover a section's key points and then ask questions directly from the CITB book. This video focuses on Section 13, Site Transport and Lifting Operations. To make it easy to move through the video series, you will find a link in the top right corner. The actual CSCS test usually takes about 45 minutes, and you need to answer at least 45 out of 50 questions correctly to pass. Before we dive in, please support us by hitting the like and subscribe buttons. We appreciate it. Let us learn together.
People being struck by moving plant is one of the most common causes of injury and death on construction sites. You should be provided with information about site traffic rules in your site induction. Well-organised sites will have segregated vehicle and pedestrian routes. Vehicle marshals should be used to control and ensure safe vehicle movements on site. You must be trained, competent and authorised to operate or signal plant on any site. Loading and storage areas on site should be located away from main pedestrian routes. Poor ground conditions, excessive speed, and poorly distributed loads will increase the risk of a vehicle overturning. One of the most common accidents involving dumpers is overturning. You are walking on site and a large mobile crane reverses across your path. What should you do? Help the driver to reverse. Pass close to the front of the crane. Wait or find another way around the crane. Start to run so that you can pass behind the reversing crane. What should you do if you need to walk past someone operating a mobile crane? Run to get past the crane quickly. Try to catch the attention of the crane operator. Take another route so that you stay clear of the crane. Guess what the crane operator will do next and squeeze past. When is a site vehicle most likely to injure pedestrians? When it is reversing. While digging out footings. While tipping into an excavation. As it is lifting materials onto scaffolds. Why should you not walk behind a lorry when it is reversing? Most lorries are not fitted with mirrors. The driver is unlikely to know you are there. Most lorry drivers aren't very good at reversing. You will need to run, not walk, to get past it in time.
The quickest way to your work area is through a contractor's vehicle compound. Which way should you go? Around the compound if vehicles are moving. Straight through the compound if no vehicles appear to be moving. Around the compound every time. Straight through the compound if no one is looking. When is site transport allowed to drive along a pedestrian route? During meal breaks. If it is the shortest route. Only if necessary and if all pedestrians are excluded. Only if the vehicle has a flashing yellow light. When you walk across the site, what is the best way to avoid an accident with mobile plant? Keep to the designated pedestrian routes. Ride on the plant. Get the attention of the driver before you get too close. Wear high-vis clothing.
You need to walk past a 360-degree mobile crane. The crane is operating near a wall. What is the main danger? The crane could crash into the wall. You could be crushed if you walk between the crane and the wall. You could get whole-body vibration from the crane. Your hearing could be damaged by high noise levels from the crane.
A forklift truck is blocking the route you need to take on site. It is lifting materials onto a scaffold. What should you do? Start to run so that you are not under the load for very long. Wait or take another route, but never walk under a raised load. Catch the driver's attention and then walk under the raised load. Only walk under the raised load if you are wearing a safety helmet. Which action should a worker take if they see mobile plant using a route intended only for pedestrians? Nothing. The driver will know what they are doing. Report this to their supervisor. Have a word with the operator at the end of the day. Just be careful in that area. Workers are on foot close to moving plant. Which one of the following is true? High-vis clothing will keep the workers safe if the plant is not reversing. The operator will see the workers because they have mirrors and CCTV. The workers should stay within the designated pedestrian routes. The workers will be safe if they're in a group. Which of the following signs means no pedestrian access? In which one of the following situations is it safer for a worker to speak to someone operating mobile plant? The operator knows the worker is there and the plant has stopped operating. The worker is wearing high-vis and the plant is moving slowly. The operator can hear the worker and it is daytime. The worker is wearing PPE and the plant is moving slowly. What should you do if you see a dumper being driven too fast? Report it to the police. Keep out of its way and report it. Try to catch the dumper and speak to the driver. Nothing, as dumpers are allowed to speed. What is the main hazard associated with the movement of plant and machinery around site? Pedestrians walking too close to moving machinery and being crushed. Existing building collapse from vibrations of the moving machinery. Members of the public being poisoned by the exhaust fumes. Drivers getting motion sickness from the movement of the machine. What is the meaning of this sign? Pedestrian walkway only. No pedestrian access. Traffic approaching from each direction. Go slow. When moving plant or machinery around site, what should the operator look out for? Driving with the handbrake on. Driving with the lights on during the day. Speed signs and speed humps. Only driving with limited fuel. Where vehicles tip materials into excavations, what could be used as a safety precaution? Stop blocks. Extra speakers. Flashing lights. A siren. Why should engines be turned off before leaving a site vehicle? Select 2 answers. Leaving the engine running is a waste of fuel and is therefore a waste of construction budget. Members of the public are likely to jump into the vehicle and steal it. The sound of the engine may give other workers a headache if left on for too long. Drivers may accidentally operate levers when climbing into or out of the vehicle. Construction machines are not designed to be constantly left running. If there are blind spots while using plant but work needs to continue, what actions should be taken? Use the existing mirrors on the plant. Request the plant be fitted with CCTV cameras. Use a vehicle marshal for this type of work. Work with a slinger. Your supervisor asks you to drive a dumper truck, but you have not driven one before. What should you do? Ask a trained driver how to operate it safely. Watch other dumpers to see how they are operated. Operate the dumper in an open area in case you make a mistake. Tell your supervisor that you are not trained and so cannot operate it. Which of the following is a recognized control measure when reversing a vehicle? Turning the sight radio off. Using a vehicle marshal. Turning on all the vehicle lights. Standing on the back to direct it.
You think a load is about to fall from a moving forklift truck. What should you do? Keep clear, but try to warn the driver and others in the area. Run alongside the machine and try to hold on to the load. Run and tell your supervisor. Sound the nearest fire alarm bell.
When can a mobile plant operator let people ride in or on the machine? Only if they have a long way to walk. Anytime, as long as the cab door is shut. Anytime, as long as the site speed limit is not exceeded. Only if it is designed to carry passengers and has a designated seat. You see a lorry parking and it has a flat tyre. Why should you tell the driver? More fuel will be used by the lorry. It could be unsafe to drive the lorry. The lorry can only carry small loads. The driver will need to travel at a much slower speed.
An excavator has just stopped work. Liquid is dripping and forming a small pool under the back of the machine. What could this mean? It is normal for fluids to vent after the machine stops. The machine is hot, so the diesel has expanded and overflowed. Someone put too much diesel into the machine before it started work. The machine has a leak and could be unsafe.
A mobile crane is lifting a load, but the load is about to hit something. What should you do? Go and tell your supervisor. Go and tell the crane driver. Try and warn the person supervising or signalling the lift. Do nothing and assume that everything is under control. Which signal is being shown in this image? Danger, emergency stop. Move forwards. Turn right or left. Move backwards. What is needed before supervising any lift using a crane? A mobile phone to talk to the crane driver. Full training and being assessed as competent. Written instructions from the crane hire company. Nothing. The crane driver will tell you what to do. Which of the following is a way of ensuring that a slinger or signaller is trained and competent? By trusting them when they say they are. By asking for evidence to be produced. By having them swear an affidavit. By making a handshake agreement. Which action will help to keep signallers safe? Provide yearly eye tests to confirm they have good vision. Provide body cameras to capture any incidents. Provide gloves for hand signals. Provide high-vis clothing so they are clearly visible. Under what circumstance should a driver stop their vehicle immediately? If the vehicle is low on fuel. If the flashing beacon has stopped working. if they lose sight of their vehicle marshal, if they are operating in a one-way system. When signallers are used, who should they be in contact with at all times? The machine operator, the site manager, their supervisor, pedestrians. What is the most important information a vehicle marshaller should know before directing a vehicle? How to signal vehicles and any relevant safety procedures. The type of materials being delivered to the site. The name and address of the driver for security reasons. The value of the materials as they could be stolen. To reduce the risk of overturning and accidents when not in use, how should earth-moving vehicles be parked? With their buckets and blades raised in the air. With their buckets and blades facing the same way. With their buckets and blades lowered to the ground. With the buckets and blades facing opposite directions. Where risk of overturning is significant, what should vehicles be fitted with? Extra strength brakes. Rollover protective structures. ROPS. Heavy-duty graded tyres. A winch and pulley system. To prevent overturning, when should rear tipping lorries not be used for tipping operations? When on firm, level ground. On uneven or sloping ground. When a competent signaller is supervising. During redistribution of the load.
Congratulations! You are a step closer to success. Keep learning until you reach your goal. You can find a link in the top right corner to go to the next video.